9/11 was a day that changed us, and I regret that children will never know a world prior to 9/11. 9/11 united us as a nation. While the events of September the 11th were absolutely horrific, September the 12th was something special. People stood hand in hand. Churches were full. We loved on our neighbors. We supported those who were hurting. We grieved with those who were grieving. We held those who wept. There was no division. There was no hate. We weren't Democrats or Republicans. We weren't black, white, Hispanic, or Asian. We weren't from two different sides of the tracks. We weren't conservatives and liberals. We were Americans. All colors, all creeds, all faiths. We were Americans for about a week. And here we are, 24 years later, and we are greatly divided. So much so that I don't even fear an outside attack. I fear an attack from the inside. We're so divided that it's dangerous for someone to voice an opinion or discuss in a civil manner the issues of the day. We live in a nation that worships at the altar of evil, where abortion is paraded about as a prize, where the mentally ill and the sexually immoral are celebrated, where adults believe it's okay to castrate and to sterilize children, where a man is not judged by the content of his character but by the color of his skin, where a man can pretend to be a woman and little girls can pretend to be boys, and we force them in that direction, where we are forced to have the LGBTQ plus ideology shoved down our throats and told that we're full of hate if we disagree with it. We live in a nation where race divides us, unlike we've seen in decades, where a man cannot be masculine without being called toxic, where we're forced to allow grown men in the locker rooms, bathrooms, and dressing rooms with our daughters and sisters and wives. Where the further that you get away from the natural order of God and the order that He created, the more powerful you become and the more attention you garner. Where for our children, where mass shootings and homosexuality and transgenderism and gang violence and identity politics and racial divide are the norm. Where they're not even fazed by it anymore. When they see it on TV, it's like they're watching a movie. They've been so desensitized by the evil agenda that they don't even see the evil. And if it sounds like I'm angry, it's because I am.